The camera.
This is the house that Kamurai built. Time to get started.
Hey there, welcome to the House of Kamurai Built. I'm Kamurai, and this week's been tiresome, exhausting. Bleh. I started trying to run again, and that's maybe has something to do with it, or the fact that I'm outside more and it's just hot, but I've been tired all week. Monday was kind of fine, but then I ran that evening, and it's not running a lot, just enough to try to get me started, get a routine going. You know how it is, get into things, and maybe it's throwing off my sleep. Maybe I'm just not giving myself a proper schedule at night. I'll figure something out. I just gotta adjust and make it stick. But also on Monday night, I managed to catch the Weird Girls live broadcast. I think they call it the weekly recap. They tend to go over all the television shows that they're watching, and I love serialized content, so it's so funny to watch someone do almost the exact same show that I do on Saturdays for We Are Movie Club, but it's not me talking. But real inspirational to have me jump into a couple things. True Blood was one of the ones that I followed for a good bit, so I knew most of what they're talking about. I've read most of the books. So, like, I kind of knew what they were talking about for the most part, but I just didn't like the way the series went, and it's finally ending. Thank God. And maybe eventually I'll catch up with that. But I did jump into Legend of Korra, and I'm almost caught up and finally to book 3, which is season 2. I don't know how that works. Fucking Nickelodeon. They totally mishandled this franchise, and someone needs to take it away from them. Be like, no, you're using your toys. We're gonna take it. So maybe Cartoon Network just needs it. Maybe that's what it is. But also from maybe not the Weird Girls themselves, but Lovable Varmint with an N before the T, which is what's been throwing me off. The Cell series. It's a web series called Cell, about a couple of people who are kidnapped and kept in a basement in prison cells. That's all you're gonna get out of me for that. But there's one season. He says he's got scripted for 2 more seasons, but it comes down to scratch because, hey, these things take money. You got to pay people for their time and efforts and it's equipment, and just honestly, you got to have dough to make things. You really do. And they're small time, and it makes me see exactly how small time we are. Because, like I said, I told somebody we're small potatoes. We're like peanut shells over like We Are Movie Club, Game Division, Jam on Toast, or even this channel. Small potatoes is up in the hundreds, where like Weird Girls and them are at. When you get up to like the thousands, it's this weird gray area of like soup, maybe. And then you start getting to normal potatoes and stuff when you get up to like Olga K and Terra Southern and their level. Because I realized that they only have a few 100,000 subscribers. They don't have like the millions that I thought they did. I don't know why. Maybe it's because DeFranco was like my measuring stick for the longest time, and he's got a few, and then SourceFed had like a few 100,000, and then SourceFed Nerd had like a few thousand, like under that or whatever it was. There's this like trickle going down as each time they made a channel that there's a gap there. And like 4 Human Peoples only had like a few hundred, which I thought was funny. That was the last time I checked on it. It's probably totally different now. Anyways, it's a whole weird numbers thing that I love to talk with. I used to talk with Alan, Mr. Harry Bird, about that all the time. But the difference in the conversation is just like, hey, I grew this much more. Like, hey, I'm still here, and this is where everyone else is at. But he'll be a DeFranco in his own right at some point in the future. All he has to do is keep at it. He's self-propagating. He's got the marketing side down, which is the one thing I definitely don't have. Maybe I could use some better art skills to get some things going on. Maybe I could get prettier. We'll work on that over the next year. Maybe. But I mean, unless I grow up a pair of tits to throw in the thumbnail, it's what we're working with, and I already put so much time and effort into things as it is. I don't know, like, some people are amazed at all the stuff I do. Some people look at me and like, you don't do anything. I feel like I do a lot of stuff, and a lot of people just waste their time drinking, going out at bars, and talking about nothing, or things that are fake nothing. Like, talking about sports, that's great. I love it. I love that you enjoy your sports. Enjoy your conversation. But to me, that's just a waste of time. It doesn't mean anything to me. And it just, I don't know. It's not something that, like, I totally get behind. Even when I did talk rugby and lacrosse with people, like, they're like, oh yeah, that team, oh, like, see that movie? Oh, that was really cool, yeah. Conversation's kind of over to me at that point. I was like, I got stuff to do. So, if I could just get into what I'm doing more, maybe I could enjoy life a little better. I'd love to get to the point where, like, regardless of what I'm doing, I'm supporting myself, and I don't have to go to some life-sucking job that makes me want to come home and put a gun in my mouth. Fucking hate it. But, hey, we do what we gotta do. We all need a paycheck at the end of the day, one way or the other. So, you gotta do it. It's just the facts of it. But eventually, I think what will probably happen is, once I finish developing this board game, I'm hoping that I can release that alongside a card game, and maybe I can actually make a little bit of money off that. If it's enough to get me through like a year, over 5 years, I'd be amazed. But the point is that I've actually got products that I could actually manufacture eventually. Regardless if I've got to share some profits here or there. But I've really been the only one consistently working on it with the ideas and concepts I've got. So it's no big deal. This is Rooster. What? Don't be upset. You came over to say hi to me. Say hi to the internet. Hi. But I think we're going to go. I'm Kamurai. This is Rooster. You don't like me, fight me.
If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations, and they'll take you to our other channels.